Right. So we've got our Lego block, and what we need to do now is we need to try and put some cylinders on the top. All right. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to start a 2D sketch. So we need to start a 2D sketch, left click on there, and we're going to select the top face of our block. So we'll left click on that. Now this looks very similar to last time. We've got our crosshairs, which show the center of our sketch. And we can now see the outlines of the block that we created earlier. So every cylinder starts with a circle. So we're going to click on our circle tool, and we're going to put our circle, it's going to come from the center out the way, and we're going to put it roughly in the middle of this top quadrant here. So I'll click and I'll draw it out. Now I want to make my cylinders 7 millimeters in diameter. Click 7, enter. And I'm going to right click, I'm going to hit OK. Next thing I need to do is I need to make sure that my cylinder is centered in the top here. And the way to do that is I'm going to hit my dimension tool. I'm going to click the center of my circle and the top. In fact, I'm not. I'm going to click the top and I'm going to click the center of my circle and I'm going to drag it out. So 5.16 something. And I'm just going to make it 5. Next thing I'm going to do, click the edge. In the middle, 4.9 something, make that 5. Now there's a couple of ways to do this. What we could do is we could draw lots of circles and we can dimension them up individually like we've done with that one. But if you've got a much bigger Lego block than this, because they do get much bigger, then that's going to take a long time. That's time that we don't really have. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our pattern tool. The way we do that is we're going to get rid of our dimensions. So we're right clicking, hit OK. And I'm going to turn on my construction lines. Once I've turned on my construction lines, those are lines that are like really light lines, similar to what we did in sketches. Lines that we need to use, but lines that we don't necessarily want to see at the end. So I've turned those on. I'm going to hit my line tool, and I'm going to go for the center. I can tell it's the center because I've got my green dot there. So if I click there and bring it out to the right, it doesn't matter how long these lines are. Click. I don't want to continue with this line. So I'm just going to right click and hit OK. Again, I've got my line, go for the center, drag it down, making sure that it's straight down, click again. Get rid of that one. I need to remember, really important, remember to turn off your construction lines. Turn them off, click on it again. OK. And what I can do now is I can use my rectangular pattern tool. So my rectangular pattern tool is this one up in the top corner here. Click on that. And it'll ask me for 3 things. It'll ask me for the geometry, so that's the shape that I want to pattern, and it'll ask me for my 2 directions, so that's the directions that I want it to move into. So my geometry is my circle, so I'll click my circle. Direction 1 is to the right, and in this box here it tells me how many do I want. So I want 2, because if I had 3, it would move off the edge of the block. This one here, don't want that. So I'm just going to hit 2. I want them to be 10 millimeters apart, because that keeps them nice and centered. Direction 2. So again, I only want 2. Direction 2. My direction is this line here. And you can see that both of those have doubled. Once I've done that, I can click OK. And I've got all 4, so I can finish my sketch. Finally, to make these 3D, again, we're going to hit the extrude tool. We're going to click 1, 2, 3, 4. And this time I'm going to set my height to 3 millimeters. Once I've done that, I can click either OK or the tick up here. And that's that finished. That looks like a good place to end there.